Okay, so my first blog I posted, or my first video I posted, basically my rant. This time I'd like to post about still more of a rant. I want people to understand that depression and anxiety are side effects of epilepsy. Not something a lot of us epileptics are proud of. At least I know I'm not. It actually makes me more upset that I actually have it. But the reason we get those side effects, and they're side effects and not just total other things in our life, that's because of what we go through. I feel like the most horrible wife right now. And the worst employee, and the worst everything. Because of my seizures. Things I can't control. I feel like they're controlling me. And I don't like that feeling. It's really freaking hard to know that you can only be in control of so much. So in control that since my doctors are still trying to figure out which medication I should be on, I have to keep track of when I have a seizure. By the way, this hospital, I'm not putting it down. I love this hospital. Or, not hospital, it's a doctor's office. I call it the hospital just because it's the only thing I've ever really known. But this doctor's office is amazing. No, they're not telling me to promote them. No, this is just me being me. I think these guys are amazing, though. My doctor, she's freaking amazing. She helps me out with all this. And helps me understand. And that's how I understand that I've got side effects and they're not actual problems. Because for the longest time I thought I was just this depressed girl. It would have had seizures as well. So I just thought I was just all messed up. And I'm finding out that they're actually side effects and not actual problems that, you know, manufactured from somewhere else. Which a little bit, yes, I gotta admit, it did come from somewhere else. So for a while, you know, depression was just also, it was hard to figure out if it was something that was wrong with me or if it was my seizures. Now I know it's my seizures because I have an amazing life. I'm just the one that feels shitty about it. I'm sorry if there's kids watching this. I'm really sorry for using swear words. I'll try not to the rest of the time. But as an adult, I'm pretty sure there's other adults out there that can agree that when you feel like how I feel right now, it's hard. The anxiety gets to you. The depression gets to you. You just want to make, at least in my life, I want to make other people happy because seeing them happy makes me happy. The only problem is, that means I feel like I constantly have to have someone around. So that way, that's the only reason I like having people around anymore is just to let me know if I had a seizure. And I do like having friends around. But it's hard. I don't want, half the time I don't want people around anymore either. And some days I just don't want to go to work. When I do want to go to work, my epilepsy doesn't want me to go to work. It's a cycle of just horrible things. I get depressed because I can't go do the things that 20-year-olds do. And I can't be I can't do the things people my age do. Yes, I know that most of you are probably thinking, well, you probably still do. You're probably still right. But that's the thing. The other people, they don't have the price to pay for it. They get to deal with it, and they get to go and have awesome time, and their problem that they deal with it when they wake up is a hangover. Mine, and if people watching this that have epilepsy know this, or at least I hope that, actually no, I actually hope that nobody has ever had this experience except for me, honestly, just because it sucks. I went out. I know it's dangerous to do while I'm switching medications or whatever. So it was my husband's birthday. I went out. I had a drink. Okay, a couple of drinks. I got extremely drunk. But it wasn't just because it was my husband's birthday. It was because I was tired of following rules and being told I can't, and that basically I'm not allowed to do whatever I want to do, and nobody's allowed to do what they want to always do. But being told the simple things I can't do, it hurts. It sunk deeper than before when I did have a seizure. And today, I gotta be home and feel like a horrible person because I don't even know if I had a seizure or not. I think I had an absent earlier today, like 3 of them. And the only reason I'm trying to safely assume that is because of how much was said within the amount of time that I was on the phone, apparently. It was a lot longer than the conversation we had should have taken. And it wasn't like there's added words or anything. I think at one point the friend asked if I was there. So that doesn't give me real confidence that I can't even remember if, you know, certain things, and trying to talk to my friends I couldn't remember certain things. Not gonna lie, while I'm talking to you, the recording I should say, as I'm recording myself, not really, whatever, it's hard for me to keep there when I'm here. I don't think anybody got that, but it's hard to stay happy and positive and everything when you just feel like you're down, way down past where you can see. Because when you've got the issue of epilepsy, and people are going to tell you, don't worry, it's not your fault, it's not your fault, you couldn't help it, awesome. Thanks for telling me that. But at the same time, this isn't, I'm pretty sure everybody says this isn't what I wanted. And of course, why would we want this? This isn't something anybody should want. But a better way to put it is, I understand I didn't do this to myself. I understand that there's nothing that in my power I could have done. just the feeling that I wish I did have control over it. I wish there was more I could do. They only come out with medical advances so much, to the point where things are awesome. Being diagnosed, or I mean re-diagnosed, I should say, when I'm 23, not a pivotal point in my life. Especially since there's rent and things. I'm pretty sure I said this in my last video. There's rent and there's bills and things that we gotta take care of, that it's harder to take care of because you're not sure. And like I said before, manager doesn't, the landlord doesn't care. I got lucky with my boss, because my boss is my mom. So she does actually care. But other bosses don't care. And it's hard to always ask your friends to make sure that they tell you when you had a seizure when they have kids, so they're not going to be able to constantly watch you. I've had to tell all the new people at work about them. Heck, I feel disappointed just being someone that gets the mail every day as a nice thing to do, because I'm not going to be able to be there today to go get the mail and do that nice thing. Even that makes me upset. Because it's not my choice. I get to sit in bed. That's what I get to do. I get to sit in bed while everybody else gets to go out and live their life and maybe do or not do what they want. I want to let people know who actually get to go do what they want today. Or they just get to do what they want in general. Don't complain. At least not about things that you have choices over. Because some of us don't get those luxuries. And yes, that's what half the stuff is. Having a car is a luxury. Being able to drive yourself is a luxury. It's not a privilege, it's not a right, it's a luxury. Being able to go outside without worrying about anything, that's a luxury. Being able to say you're able to get out of bed for the day, because you can, it's a luxury. Everything in life is a luxury. Now, I'm not one to normally do this, but today I'm going to. I went to church this weekend, and I heard someone's testimony say that they found that God is taking them on this journey. And he didn't find out the answer until lately, or when he was at church, and that he had to say it. And I really relate to what he said. And I'm just going to summarize it, because trust me, there's no way I can remember everything. What I do remember is the part that was the important part. That you can get up and, or if you're going through hard times in life, that you can either get dragged through the mud, or not through the mud. Actually, it was more like spiky points is the way he put it, I believe, like broken glass. Now, that broken glass is going to be there no matter what. Yes, some of you are going to be like, well, you could have cleaned it up, da 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 da. Okay, but we're speaking as in life. You can't go clean up the glass in your life. Stuff that's splattered ahead of you, you can't clean that up because you don't know what's further ahead. It could be clean 5 steps ahead. But you don't know because you can't see in the future. If you can, well then congratulations. You have just achieved something, and you better let me know what the heck's gonna go on with the rest of my life, because I want to know. I would like to know if there's gonna be a breakthrough of some sort or anything. Better let me frickin' know. But you can either get dragged through that kicking and screaming like a little kid, or you'll hurt your face, everything. You'll make life worse. Or you can stand up and walk across and be frickin' happy. Yeah, it's gonna be horrible for a while, but you can just continue going forward. Which made me think, okay, what's my battle? My battle is my epilepsy, learning to deal with 2 issues instead of 1. Oh, yeah, by the way, my husband has hyperthyroidism. Well, had hyperthyroidism. He is now hypo. Thank you. And if you don't know what those are, hyperthyroidism is very rare. And it makes you so your adrenaline just doesn't stop, basically. You don't have a stop button. You don't get a lot of sleep, you don't eat a lot, but yeah, whew, boy, do you run around a lot. And you're just on the go. Like, my husband was a crazy maniac when he was going through it. And then hypothyroidism, it's where your body had you're just a little bit less hyper than most people. You're more willing to stop sooner than most people. But it's not a bad thing. People who have hypo, that's common, that's actually really normal. A lot of people have hypo. And trust me, if you think, oh, I have hypo now, no. It's something that you'll notice. Either you'll become really, really lazy, or you'll just start running through the roof. And if you're a kid, then you're just being a kid. And if you're running through the roof, you had too much sugar, or you just have too much caffeine. And probably should not eat that much candy, or sugar, or sweets, or anything. Probably should go a little bit healthier. And if you're like, oh, I'm gaining weight, well, if you're not being really slow, you might want to go, I don't know, check that out or something. I don't know, go work out or something. But you'll be able to definitely tell, because you'll feel off, like really bad off. My husband, I thought he was having a heart attack. So yeah, at one point you'll feel like you're gonna have a heart attack if you have it. But I'm not a doctor, so I can't medically tell you all this, and this is exact the truth. I can tell you, though, that the hyper part, yeah, you're just on the go, and I know because I watched it happen. And now he's not as hyper, which is awesome, because I don't have to run after him. But he's had something that's been keeping him from working. And now he's finally gotten back to work, which is amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing. And he knew about my epilepsy when we got together and when we got married. He knew about it. He knew everything that was going on. And now he's back to work and I'm not. And I feel like we keep switching spots. You know, like, if I'm better, then he needs to be worse or something. I don't know. But that, for a long time, I thought that was it. I thought that was the only test I'm going to be given, because, you know, how many tests can you go through in life? Well, apparently a lot, because I've been through a lot in my life already. Had a lot of downs, had some ups, but mainly downs. And here I am again, back at a down, which is lovely. I'm just wondering if this time I'm supposed to get it right, And that's why I'm kind of making these videos, when I have the emotion I feel. Because you can get information from people with epilepsy all the time. Some are too afraid to talk about it, some don't mind talking about it. I'm one of those people that don't mind talking about it. I'd rather have you know than not know. The thing is, I don't want just my friends, my coworkers, or people to know. Everybody should know what it's like to be on this end. And when those emotions are raw, that's when you know you're getting the real. I could sit here and say tons of things without the emotion. But that wouldn't be real. That wouldn't tell you how much it actually hurts. How much it affects everything. I get told I'm not allowed to go on the computer so much, and I'm not allowed to do this, and I'm not allowed to do that, and at times I wonder if I should just be stuck in my bed at all times just to make sure nothing bad happens ever. Or be put in one of those little bubbles, like Bubble Boy. If you haven't seen that movie, you need to watch it. It's an awesome movie. It's hard. And the anxiety and the depression on top of it doesn't help. Now, for the people with epilepsy, for the anxiety, if your doctor hasn't given you anything already for it, I suggest you find a therapist to help work through it. And that's what me and my husband did. He's even coming with me so he can learn a little bit how to handle my epilepsy with me. I thought I had it figured out. I forget when they go through the diagnosing process, it's difficult. And being this the second time makes it a little bit more difficult, because I just assumed that they had it all figured out. So, yeah. I might get going though. My head's not feeling too awesome right now. I feel kind of like if I don't stop this video, y'all might see something that you don't want to see. Eventually one day we'll be brave enough to put the video of me having a seizure up online. I've promised it before. I don't think I can right now. It's still kind of hard to handle that much people, having that much people see that. And yes, by the way, it is frustrating because sometimes I can't remember stuff. I can't remember like certain words. It's either medication wise or seizure wise. I can't remember certain things, but it's really difficult. So yeah, like I said before, this video isn't for me to do anything else besides raise awareness. And I'll continue making the videos whenever I feel the emotion. Most of the time it'll be me crying in the very beginning. And if I repeat myself, I'm going to say this, and this is the only time I'm ever going to say these words on here. I'm sorry. I am so sorry if I repeat myself. I can't help it. It's part of what happens. And if I can't remember something, then I might end up repeating it without knowing it. And if you ever had those moments where you feel like it's deja vu, I have those moments, except most of the time it's not deja vu, it's just I already had that moment and now I'm getting to enjoy it one more time. Or not enjoy it one more time and then it's all sucky, but sometimes I do live to some of those things twice. So I'm sorry if I ever repeat anything or do anything that's the same. I try not to make the same video, so far I'm 2 in, so I guess I'm good so far. At least I hope I am. Well, I'm gonna get going. I hope everybody has a great day. Oh, and I was supposed to have my disability appointment today, but I totally didn't wake up in time, which sucks when they schedule you for 9 in the morning and you're not a morning person. So, that's going to be fun to reschedule. And fun trying to get. Wish me luck! Alright. Hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I hope that everything works out wonderfully. Love y'all.